Welcome to Movie News Mondays. Something new here on the channel where we'll be discussing everything that's happened in the week. For those of you who listen to the podcast kind of regularly, you'd know that we used to cover the news quite extensively on there. We had those movie news headlines in the same spirit that they do it on actual news shows. And we're gonna give that a try as well. And we'll see how smooth it is. Just have to wait and see if that actually ends up working out. We might have some guests join on later today. Today on the itinerary, we have quite a few things to do. First up, we are looking at all the movie news headlines. And because it's currently about 2 a.m. for Lachlan in Australia, he won't be joining us, but we might have Kevin stop by later on because we're looking at his great montage that he made that's already out on the channel. If you haven't seen it already, you're missing out. Something great that he did there. And talking about the Golden Globes, we're going to look at all the movies that are releasing in... Well, not all the movies, but I have a list of about 150. We're also looking at some TV shows. You're going to look at my Letterboxd year in review before they actually publish the one that goes out to everyone. Looking at that, I guess, the next week. Lots in store. And yeah, just kicking off, hopefully, the new year in the right way. And we'll see how smoothly all of this goes. Technically, it should all go fine, but we're ready for some bumps. So how's it going? It's going pretty good. I've had an incredible start to the year so far, and I'm really happy. I'm really optimistic about the channel. We're doing some really fun things that are coming up, and hopefully this turns into something not overly stressful. It's currently quite stressful, and I don't know if I can do this live. Because there's cuts, if you noticed, in our podcast. There's quite a few cuts. Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone, of course. But without further ado, I think let's get into the movie news headlines. And this might be incredibly cringe, you know, and it might be pain, and it might, I don't know, it might not work, but I'll give it my best. Yeah, so like as everyone is kind of sharing the top of 2024 lists, by the way, we are still narrowing it down from a top 10 to top 20. I'm happy if I can narrow it down to 50, but we do need a bit of extra time. I need a bit of extra time, so does our team. So you find a bunch of 2024 best of videos coming to the channel soon. Again, we're still cranking out our top 10s. We have a deadline by Wednesday. We're recording on Friday. Hopefully on Saturday, Sunday, you'll get those videos. But then also we'll be doing dedicated videos to horror, animation, action, and more. So if there's anything like that you feel like we definitely should be covering still, drop it in the comments. We always appreciate those little niche shout outs, but yeah, we have so many thoughts on the Globes, Josh, you and I both. So I think let's head on into let's start the new year with some movie news headlines. And first up, we'll recap all the winners of the Golden Globes and I guess all the stuff that happened last night. I didn't stay up to watch it, but let's kick it off with the awards that were given out. And let's see. Zoe Saldana wins a Best Supporting Actress for Emilia Perez. Oh, wait, no. Oh, this is already not going smooth. Then, Kieran Culkin wins Best Supporting Actor for A Real Pain. Conclave wins Best Screenplay written by Peter Stragan. Emilia Perez wins Best International Film. Demi Moore wins Best Actress in a Comedy for The Substance. Sebastian Stan wins Best Actor in a Comedy for A Different Man. Flo wins Best Animated Film. Brady Corbett wins Best Director for The Brutalist. Challenges wins Best Original Score with the works of Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. El Mal from Emilia Perez wins Best Original Song. Wicked wins Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. Fernanda Torres wins Best Actress in a Drama Film in I'm Still Here. Adrian Brody wins Best Actor in a Drama for The Brutalist. And now my track has stopped. Let's just go with a different one. The Brutalist also wins Best Drama. Emilia Perez wins Best Comedy/Musical. And then we got all of the TV awards. Wait, did I skip one? No. Best Comedy and Musical also went to... Yeah, no, I did say that, but I was one late. Jean Smart won Best Actress for the 3rd season of Hacks. Hiroyuki Sanada wins Best Actor in a Drama Series for Shogun. Jessica Gunning wins Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series for Baby Reindeer. Tadanobu Asano wins Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series for Shogun. There he is. Jeremy Allen White wins Best Actress in a Comedy Series back to back to back. Congrats to the guy. Colin Farrell wins Best Actor in a Limited Series for The Penguin, that I guess is also getting a 2nd season, very likely. Jodie Foster wins Best Actress in a Limited Series for True Detective Night Country. Baby Reindeer wins Best Limited Series. Hack Season 3 wins Best Comedy Series, and Anna Sawai wins Best Actress in a Drama for Shogun. Shogun also wins Best Series in the Drama section. So let's tally up all of those wins and see out who came out on top. Shogun takes home 4 awards in Lead Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor, as well as Best Series overall. Emilia Perez, surprisingly, went home with the 10 nominations and ended up getting 4 awards out of it for Best Song, Best Supporting Actress, International, and Musical/Comedy Film. The Brutalist takes home 3 awards with Director, Actor, and Drama Film. Baby Reindeer takes home 2 with Supporting Actress and Limited Series Drama. And the same goes for Hacks, but with Lead and Comedy Series. And also, very importantly, very important, Gins Silla-Lobis, the director of Flow, celebrates his award at an In-N-Out in tribute to Paul Giamatti. That's him right there. I think the biggest notable loser of the night was Anora, missing out on all of its 4 nominations. And yeah, that's pretty disappointing. They were nominated in Actors with Mikey Madison, Supporting Actor with Yura Borisov, Screenplay, Director, and Musical Comedy. And it really has put in jeopardy if it actually is a Oscar frontrunner at all. And we do have some other movie news, so let's get to those. First up, Squid Game Season 3 will release in summer or fall of 2025 on Netflix. The show will be, this season will be the 3rd and final season. The Batman has been delayed to October 2nd, 2027. Alejandro G. Inarritu's Tom Cruise movie gets its 2026 release date on October 2nd. And the film follows the most powerful man in the world who tries, who tries to prove he is humanity's savior before the disaster he's unleashed destroys everything. Then, I actually skipped ahead one. This is going over smoothly. Sinners and Ryan Coogler's Sinners and Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17 will be swapping release dates. Mickey 17 releases on March 7 and Sinners takes April 18. Wicked has become the highest grossing musical adaptation of all time, globally passing Mamma Mia. Will Ferrell dressed up as Buddy the Elf at an LA Kings game. And, you know, the LA Kings have been doing quite well in the NHL, which I watch proudly. I'm a big fan of they just beat my New Jersey Devils. They were also beaten by 2 way weaker teams. Let's not talk about that. But that's him. That's Buddy the Elf, and that's what he's been up to. But then we also have Jason Momoa, who has been officially cast as Lobu in Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Squid Game Season 2 opens with the biggest debut for a Netflix series ever, with 68 million views in its first 4 days. It beats out Wednesday, which premiered to 50.1 million views back in 2022. Robert Eggers says there's an extended cut of Nosferatu that will be available on the film's physical release. Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul has become the most watched film broadcast on English TV in 25 years, with 16.2 million viewers. Viola Davis's action thriller G20 sets April 10 release date on Prime Video. After evading capture by the attacker, Sutton must outsmart the enemy to protect her family, defend our country, and safeguard world leaders. Then, the franchise has been cancelled by HBO after season 1. I haven't even started watching this, and it's already over. And then I think for this, we definitely should pause because very, very sadly, Jeff Boehner has passed away at age 47. Writing someone's passing into a news headline is always kind of gross, and I didn't even know if I should include it, but I do wish his family, friends, and all of his fans strength, and do offer my condolences. But unfortunately, we do, well, I'd like to move on, so let's move on. It's a very sad thing, but we do have Sonic, that the Sonic franchise, who has passed $1 billion at the worldwide box office. There's also a bit of a success story for Robert Eggers' Nosferatu that has already passed $100 million worldwide, where his last film, The Northman, ended up making $69 million in total, so it's looking pretty healthy for Vampire. And then just looking at the 2024 US box office as a whole, that has closed with only 3% less money than 2023. It made about $8.7 billion. And the top 10 movies that last year included Kung Fu Panda 4, Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, Twisters, Dune Part 2, Beetlejuice, Despicable Me 4, Moana 2, Wicked, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Inside Out 2. And if we are looking at the worldwide box office, these changed around a bit, but Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine still remain at the top. And Despicable Me 4 creeps up to a number 3 spot. The same goes for Moana 2, that overtakes Wicked. Dune is at spot number 5, and Godzilla Kong moves from 9 to 7. The Chinese film YOLO holds on to spot number 9, and Mufasa roars and soars past the domestic competition, kicking Beetlejuice, and Twisters of the international top 10. And I mean, as much as it's still going, that is it for the film news this week. But let's look at some of these a bit closer. Honestly, give me some feedback. Is this hectic? Do you feel stressed out as a live speaker? We'll save your feedback also at the end, because we'll do a bunch more, but especially for this, let me know what I can improve. Obviously make it smoother and all, but yeah, this is basically what we do on the podcast usually, and I guess I just kind of shifted it to be live. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the award winners out of the Golden Globes, right? So if we look at those, whoops, there we go. It's interesting to see that, I guess, something like Emilia Perez taking up actually let's play some music too, so it's back to being chill. One second, let's put this on the other screen. A bit of Balatro doesn't hurt a soul, right? No, let's talk about the Globes. So the Globes have changed quite drastically. I think they took the year off, or they went like in hiatus, and they now have a very much more like European focused, international focused voting body, and you can really see that reflected in the types of movies that end up getting nominated and then also winning. Flo did really well at the European Film Awards. It takes home animated film over a perceived frontrunner with The Wild Robot. Even Memoir of a Snail could creep up. Inside Out 2, I don't think has a shot, and these two, unfortunately, also not really, but that's a bit surprising. And then Emilia Perez. Let's get some opinions in. Who's a fan of Emilia Perez? Because I'm clearly not. I didn't like it coming out of Gunn as well. I thought it was kind of not really doing a trans story right, if I'm being honest. Like, it was using, like, on the surface level, it might look like its allyship is, like, you know, putting themselves out there for, I don't know, for sake of representation or whatever. I don't think the story itself really then reflects that. But I mean, something like this is really surprising, and it's actually looking at the competition in this section, where Angelina Jolie maybe was perceived as one of the front runners, or like a contender, and then that's just not really happening. Nicole Kidman, I would love to see her win more because she's really good. But other than that, I think Fernanda Torres is definitely the best performance in this bunch, so I would also award her. Adrian Brody, I guess, yeah, I would also go with him in this, so that kind of makes sense. Although I think Sing Sing, Carmen Domingo is also really strong. I don't think it's like the craziest thing what they awarded here. What to me is just really surprising is that they really didn't go with Mikey Madison, and then also take Emilia Perez over Anora and over The Substance. Like, I would be really happy if The Substance ended up getting a win here, but yeah, it doesn't. But I think that just kind of, so people, I guess, it solidifies that she doesn't really have a big shot at taking the Oscar, and also it not being like a contender for Best Picture. I don't know. I'm still going to champion the film. I think The Substance and Aura are like two of my favorite films of last year. And then I'm also really pleased to see Sebastian Stan, and his speech was also really good, win this award. And in the competition, I obviously love Glenn Powell. I don't know if I would award him best performance in Hitman. Hugh Grant might be one that like sneaks in. I think J.C. Eisenberg is really good, but Kieran Culkin takes the like better performance and gets the win for it, which is great. I think Edward Norton is also really good in a Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce is good. Like, the supporting role, like this year is really a strong category. Well, I think this one, I'm not the biggest fan of Felicity Jones in The Brutalist. I could do without. This is also like a really small role. I think Margaret Qualley is my favorite role here, and I don't think these two are like too great either in Emilia Perez. So, and this is really deserved. I would love to see Caroline Farshad win. She definitely deserves it. But Brady Corbett, I think he does a stellar job on the budget, and just really a pleasant person, from what I can tell in interviews. And I don't think, even though it's a writer director editor thing, that's to me amazing what Sean Baker does. I don't think he would pick this up, and then it's great to get a nod to All We Imagine As Light. But you know, being in the same category, no, I guess not even being nominated in international, I guess cuts that short, that you'd get to lose to Emilia Perez. And then, yeah, for screenplay, they don't like differentiate between adapted and original. So sure, there's some strong screenplays in here. I think The Brutalist is great. Anora is probably my favorite. The Real Pain is also really good. Get this out of here. The Substance, yes, I've read through parts of the screenplay. I love it. And Conclave is just like a really solid adaptation. So I get why that ends up winning. And then, yeah, score, happy to see Challenges win, although I think The Brutalist is just as great. Like, these two are the two best scores of the year, in my opinion. I haven't listened to any of these songs, so I really don't care. And a box office achievement, I don't know why they didn't put Dune Part 2 on here, but I guess out of all of these, I have gone with Alien Romulus. Also think Gladiator 2 was fine. Inside Out 2 was also fine. Twisters was pretty fun. And yeah, Wicked, I guess, just kind of makes sense. And then, yeah, The Love for Shogun is great. And I think the rest of the stuff here we won't be discussing in any more detail. But, I mean, look, ultimately, I think it's about the exposure with all of these award shows. And I don't know if that did the best job for Emilia Perez, because a lot of people early on, because it's like not the Oscars yet, it's not the upset pick to win, are going to be hypercritical of it. And I think with the type of movie that it is, the type of subject that it tackles, I think that's just going to get like quite annoying. But I'd love to get some surprise out of like what actually wins the Oscar. Is it this Conclave is does Anora still have a shot after just like one huge awards body's not awarding it, or does it not have a huge effect because the Oscars with a ton more like the actors branch is like the biggest one and ends up voting for it? And I don't know, does Emilia Perez make it high on there, or do we see, what else could we see? I don't think we see the substance, but I'd love to see that, like, have a shot at taking it. Conclave, Anora, but The Brutalist, I guess, just kind of makes the most sense for, like, the meatiest film overall, and it ended up taking home 3 awards at the Globes as well. So I feel like, I guess if I had to make a bet right now, it would make sense that you go with, like, Adrian Brody, Brady Corbett, and then a Best Picture win, and you might even pick up editing, maybe something like that. You end up going home with 4. That is not unlikely. But the other piece of news that I did want to discuss is that let me find it. The Batman 2 has been delayed, right? Let me see here the article and show it to you. So it's been delayed to 2027. And Iñárritu's Tom Cruise film gets a 2026 date. And from what I could gather in the article and other interviews and just the DCU as a whole, they're still working on the script for this one. It's not finished yet. They do plan to be shooting in summer of 2025. So we'll see if that ends up happening. And then also the other Batman film that is in production at the DCU under James Gunn, The Brave and the Bold, has also been, I think, kind of indefinitely delayed, where the director said he might be doing another project first before he gets to work on this. But yeah, this is working out. Obviously something great for me. And then also no alcohol challenge. I'm not I don't know what they've been listening to, Google, but I was just on the treadmill, so I was working on, so it did work, the subliminal messaging. But yeah, this I'm very much looking forward to the Batman 2. They changed it from like part 2 to this, I think, as well. I guess it's just another 2.5 years away, more than that even, before we get this one. But let's actually let me actually have a look what's next on the list. Yeah, I do want to have a look at all of the movies that are coming out next year, or at least some of them. We're also we're working on a video to go over all of those as much as we can. And just kind of find the balance to show you some exciting films, and keeping it under 17 hours. But yeah, to me, something that was quite interesting is that next year we are getting quite a few sequels. So if you look at this, the new sequels coming in 2025 include Saw 11, Nobody 2, Tron Ares, Zootopia 2, Megan 2.0, Greenland 2, 28 Years Later, Freaky Friday 2, The Bad Guys, The Conjuring, The Old God 2, all of 2, 3, whatever, The Old God 2, Den of Thieves 2, which is already out, Happy Gilmore 2, Mortal Kombat 2, A Simple Favor 2, Avatar Fire and Ash, Wicked for Good, The Accountant, Downton Abbey 3, The Black Phone 2, Now You See Me 3, Final Destination 6, Bloodlines, I'm looking forward to that, even though it might be really bad, Karate Kid Legends, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, The Strangers Chapter 2, ugh. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I thought was a remake, but here we go. I know what Captain America Brave New World, Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery, Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning, and SpongeBob movie The Search for SquarePants. That's all the movies that are sequels. Obviously, yeah, no, quite dense. I don't know how many of them I'm actually interested in. Zootopia 2 could be big, box office wise. Nobody 2 could be a ton of fun. And then I think one of the most anticipated films, especially looking over here, according to IMDb members, on the second spot over here is 28 Years Later. That's really interesting to see that like a ton of people actually do care about yeah, this franchise. It's great. And they do have another one that is I don't know if it's still using the same characters, but it comes out like less than a year later. So that's interesting. The Fantastic Four also releases this year, the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon 2. So you see 1, 2, 3 Marvel films on here. We have a live action remake, a video game adaptation, the 8th movie in a franchise that's supposed to be the last, but I think the lead guy is not kind of giving it up. And then Jurassic World Rebirth, which is just kind of, after 3 movies in the Jurassic World, she's just like, well, let's just reset it, but still call it World, but it's a rebirth. And Superman, of course, which I'm quite excited to see as well. And that's pretty much it for what people, I guess, on IMDb are excited for. But if you compare that to the fine people over at Letterboxd, you know, you see something like Mickey 17 be up here. Obviously, this is all upcoming, so it doesn't include films that are like later off, but this comes out next year, this comes out next year, this comes out in this comes up this year. Oh my god, we're in 2025. So we also got Frankenstein, hopefully, that comes out. Doom Messiah is not this year. Fire and Ash, this comes out quite soon. Ballerina also finally, after a ton of reshoots. This is dead. And the Peaky Blinders movie, I think, is also a while off. This is also a while off, but you do have a couple of like different films in here. What's this? The Jordan Peele film, Death of a Unicorn, which is pretty high. I guess it's just because it's I guess it's A24. The Odyssey, that's also the year after, but obviously the most exciting ones, I should have a list of like just the ones that come out in 2025, but you can see like it's not the same, like comparing IMDb to Letterboxd, of course, but yeah, no, let's have a look at the list that I made so far, which is this. I don't know if I ranked it by how excited about it I am. Maybe, I don't know. So this one's really exciting. This one's Blue Moon, the new one from Richard Linklater, and I didn't really know why is this not. This is, I'm sorry, this was not on my watch list. That's criminal. That's crazy. But in Broadway hotspot Sardi's restaurant in 1943, ailing musical theater songwriter Lawrence Hart attempts to save face while celebrating his former partner Richard Rogers' success on the opening night of his hit musical Oklahoma, which has paired him with a new writing partner, Oscar Hammerstein, and stars Ethan Hawke. Yes, the partner with Richard Linklater, Margaret Qualley, Bobby Cannavale, Andrew Scott, like. Vale, sorry, I said his name wrong, but dude, I'm so excited. This obviously huge Richard Linklater stan. If you look in the back there, you might actually know it's actually covered mainly, but at the bottom there's the Before trilogy. I love it. So I'm very much looking forward to the latest Richard Linklater film. And then Mickey 17, of course, was supposed to come out in like March last year or something like that, right? And then it got delayed all the way. Like, this is the new Edgar Wright film, Running Man. Oscar Perkins, the director behind Longlegs, has The Monkey coming out. Then we also got Sentimental Value, which is the new film from Joachim Trier, which I'm a huge fan of because I loved The Worst Person in the World. I still have to see a few more of his films. I'm looking forward to doing that before I catch up with Sentimental Value. Then, oh my god, the new film from Park Chan-wook might be coming this year. Yes, after being unemployed for several years, a man devises a unique plan to secure a new job, eliminate his competition. Now, if that doesn't sound like some fucked up thing that Park Chan-wook would do, not what he would do, but what a movie that that he would make. Then we got Celine Song with the Materialist, Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal. Exciting cast in here, and the director behind Past Lives. I'm very much looking forward to it. Die My Love, the new Lynn Ramsey film. Yes, if you haven't seen You Were Never Really Here, go do that. It's an incredible movie. And I have to catch up on more of the films than, talking about Nosferatu being out in theaters. You can catch our latest episode where we go in depth talking about that one on the podcast. But Lee Whannell is adapting his own kind of monster creature film. And I'm looking forward to it. Christopher Abbott, obviously, great partner. Has he? Yeah, no, has he worked with him before? Was he in The Invisible Man, or no, I'm okay. That was a while ago. 2020 is all a blur, but Lee Vanell, I think, has kind of proven himself to be a pretty good horror director, even though I didn't love Invisible Man, but Upgrade was a ton of fun. And I haven't seen Insidious, but I'm very much looking forward to this, and obviously someone who most people will know from the Saw movies. But yeah, then we also have a new Noah Baumbach movie with Adam Sandler, Laura Dern, George Clooney, Billy Crudup, Riley Keough, so Lars Eidinger as well. And yeah, I'm a fan of his stuff. I'm looking forward to it. What else is out there? Obviously, the new Mission Impossible film. Then we do have the latest from Yorgos Lanthimos, who I don't know when he stops working. This man just pumps out movies like crazy. So he's back with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, and adds Alicia Silverstone to the cast. Two conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. Now, that sounds like something out there that he hasn't done, but like if you go for out there premises, Yorgos Lanthimos is your guy. Sinners, I'm looking forward to this. Ryan Coogler with Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, obviously the director behind the two Black Panther films, the first Creed. I do have to catch up on Fruitvale Station, but yeah, great director. I'm very much looking forward to this vampire movie. Yes, After the Hunt. Let's open up a few more of these. Obviously, I kind of did order them a bit more in like levels of excitement, but Luca Guadagnino has his new movie coming out with Julia Robertson, Ayo Edebiri, and Andrew Garfield, Michael Stuhlbarg. A college professor finds herself at a personal and professional crossroads when a star pupil levels an accusation against her, and one of her colleagues, a dark secret from her own past, threatens to come to light. Then that comes to light. So that looks interesting. I'm a huge fan of the Final Destination franchise, way more than is actually like justified. I haven't, I think the first one is the best. I think, what did I write? Oh, this is the Final Destination. This is 4 is shit. 5 is actually a ton of fun. I will be rewatching all of these when Bloodlines comes out. It's probably my biggest guilty pleasure. I love Final Destination. It's just like, yeah, it's been, it's a great franchise. And then we got, oh my god, why is this not higher? A new movie from Kogonada, an imaginative tale of two strangers and the extraordinary emotional journey that connects them. I love how out there it is. It pairs him up after Yang with Colin Farrell again, Margot Robbie, Jodie Turner-Smith also returning after Yang. After Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and Kogonada. If you haven't checked out all of his, like, I watched all of his like edits, which are more of like someone who's assessing film and then putting it together, and especially us in a minute looking at Kevin's montage, which is really exciting, and then someone catering to me talking about like how Linklater is putting time and cinema like together, and how that, like, you know, to tell something really poignant and deep, that you can take it away from it, and then making 2 feature films that have already left such a big impact, I think, for me to like really care what he does next. And it takes about 4 years for him to make films, so I'm hoping this one is hitting the festival circuit this year. We also have Alex Garland co-directing with Ray Mendoza, a war vet that Alex Garland wrote the story for, and the trailer's already out for this one. I'm looking forward to it as well. Companion. Why was I? Oh yeah, no, this already has a trailer for it out as well. That's like the really odd-looking Sophie Thatcher and Jack Waite movie, where I don't know what they're doing. And then Paddington in Peru already out. It seems to be not as like beloved as the other two, and we obviously don't have the same director returning. What's his last name? King, right? What's his Paul King? Sorry, don't look at that. If you're British, don't look at my rating for Paddington. I'm sorry. I do like it. I don't love it, which I can also say about most Wes Anderson films, but he has apparently a new one coming out. But let's actually, you know, the Bellator is such a bop. I'll just repeat that again. But yeah, Wes Anderson. I'm looking forward to this. A dark tale of espionage following a strained father-daughter relationship within a family business. Twists resolve around betrayal and morally great choices. Now, even though I don't love most of his films, I do enjoy them quite a bit. I think they do have something really pleasant about them. And it's interesting that he kind of expands his cast. It kind of shifts around. So like Tom Hanks returns. Benedict Cumberbatch was, I think, in the shorts, and Scarlett Johansson obviously in the last one as well. Riz Ahmed, I think, is first time around in first time around in a Wes Anderson movie. So looking forward to that. It's been a quiet year for Riz Ahmed, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. This one played at TIFF, The Life of Chuck, a live action remake, and then there's just way more that we'll get into. Obviously, a lot of people are excited for The Accountant 2, who like some good action. I'm interested. I don't know if I would even watch. I'll watch list it, but Spike Lee's latest film is a remake of the Japanese classic from Akira Kurosawa, High and Low, and he is remaking this movie, entitling it Highest to Lowest, at least for now, and it stars Denzel Washington, A$AP Rocky, Jeffrey Wright, Ice Spice, so that's going to be interesting. I'll keep my eyes on that. And yeah, it's the English language reinterpretation of the crime thriller, which I can wholeheartedly recommend. It's not linked here, unfortunately, but it's great. Magazine Dreams comes out, gonna be controversial. I forget if like Michael Gondry, right? Yeah, has a new film out with Golden. I think I quite like Calvin Harris Jr. He hasn't had like a big role that kind of broke him through so more people know him, because I think most people kind of know him maybe from Waves. That's like his biggest role to date. I haven't seen It Comes at Night, but I think he has a bigger role in that as well. And then he's also Taka in Mufasa, which it's not his face attached, so I don't know how many people like recognize him off of that. But Michel Gondry, sorry, I said Michael, the director behind Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Now, I think he also made, The Book of Solutions, I guess 2 years ago now. And I really didn't like this one. I think it was like kind of annoying. So I hope he makes a better movie. I'm all for it. Minecraft, Karate Kid, John Wick presents in the universe of whatever, and she does ballerina stuff, I guess. Alio, Pixar looks fun. F1 is going to be, I think, quite a blast. Joseph Kosinski, the director behind Top Gun Maverick. I think that's kind of, we moved past all of his other stuff, which hasn't been bad, but Top Gun Maverick, which is so beloved, and kind of was brought action to in a really fun, like showcase like flying in a really fun way, in a unique way, and with Brad Pitt, I think like kind of racing as if it's like his pastime hobby, and he's really passionate about it. I'm quite looking forward to like F1, and I've seen some people mention that it will be almost like a cinema test for like the Dolby surround sound and like how loud you can go. It's almost like a cinema trailer, and I think this is going to be a ton of fun. Apple also has this in production, and I think what they've done really good well is all of that streaming stuff has been like the best encoding and just like looked super crisp. So I feel like that doesn't reflect to what they put out onto screen, because they also made like Wolves last year, which wasn't like the most visually appealing movie, but it also starred Brad Pitt, which put up the visual appeal quite a bit. But anyways, I'm yapping too much about this. Superman, obviously really excited about that. This is Kendrick Lamar, Trey Parker, Matt Stone comedy that I don't know if it's coming out. There's a Insidious movie. The Naked Gun is getting remade by Akiva Schaffer, the one of the 3 parts of The Lonely Island. And the director between some really fun movies, the Bash Brothers, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers also was pretty good. Pop Star, Never Stop Poppin', Never Stop Never Stoppin', and Hot Rod, some fun comedies. So I don't know what he does with The Naked Gun, but hey, we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm definitely keeping it on my radar. This one could be like one of the biggest films of the year. Michael, Antoine Fuqua, the director behind Training Day and the Equalizer series, Southpaw. is making a movie about Michael Jackson, I think with his cousin starring in it, Jafar Jackson, which this will be like his debut role. We also got Coleman Domingo. I don't know about this one because like the family is obviously quite involved. It will be one of the biggest films of the year for sure. Maybe in the same vein that we look at kind of, you know, Bohemian Rhapsody in like a almost belittling way, that it's like not actually good. But yeah, I hope it's going to be an interesting one and not just like another one that, because it's such a popular guy that it depicts, it rides all the way to the Oscars, and maybe it's a good performance in there. I just hope it's like a decent movie as well. But with biopics, movie biopics, you don't really get that. But Maggie Gyllenhaal is making The Bride with Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale, Penelope Cruz, Annette Bening, John Magaro, Peter Sarsgaard. When does it end? Jake Gyllenhaal is also in it. What? Set in the 1930s, a lonely Frankenstein travels to Chicago to seek the aid of Dr. Ephronius in creating a companion for himself. The two reinvigorate in a murdered young woman, and the bride is born. She's beyond what either of them intended, igniting a combustible romance, the attention of the police, and a wild radical social movement. So this is not the only Frankenstein movie that's coming out this year, because we also have, where do I have it? There it is. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. He can't escape that he's making a movie in the same year that someone else is like making one, because like didn't what's his name, Mr. Polar Express made a Pinocchio movie in 2022, and now he's back in 2025, and Gyllenhaal is taking the spotlight. But in this one, we do have Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein's monster, Oscar Isaac as Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein, and Mia as Elizabeth, Christoph Waltz. Great cast. I'm looking forward to this one. I assume maybe this could be a Venice premiere. Could be fun. And then yeah, there's just a ton more that I don't know if we have even time to get into this, because I do want to get to the montage sooner or later. Kevin, if you're around, hop onto the voice chat, and I'll drag you up so we can watch it. If you're here, if you're not, I'll enjoy it by myself, and that's fine too. But yeah, maybe I'll make this list public if people are interested. We got The Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme, you know, the two movies, one of them from George Safdie, the other from Benny Safdie. So these two are quite busy, I guess. Wait, this also has to go onto my watch list, but Tyler the Creator in this one, it's going to be interesting. And in the end here, maybe we see Dwayne Johnson actually knock it out with a dramatic role. It remains to be seen. But him and Emily Blunt have paired up before, but when they did, it was for... Where's the movie? I also still love that I could choose this poster. The Patreon status on Letterboxd is definitely worth it, just so I can do this. But there was the Jungle Cruise, right? I can't find it, but they went Jungle... There it is. It looks so muddy. Of course, it's Marvel. No, not Marvel, it's Disney. But yeah, there's a few more, some smaller ones. I also have some, obviously, the big ones on here that I don't really care about. I've heard some good things from the boys over at Intercut, especially from Zach Shevich about friendship, and I binged Tim Robinson's 3 seasons of I Think You Should Leave. It's hilarious. I kind of liked all seasons, and then we do have a couple of like things that we don't really have a ton about it yet, and we'll give you a bit more details in an upcoming video, so I don't want to all like take everything away on the stream. Maybe we look at one more, The Gorge, of course. No, this one is also an interesting one, because it's like, I think from a 17-year-old director, yeah, Kane Parsons, and he had like a viral found footage short, and it's an interesting direction that A24 goes into, like still be hyper experimental in like the type of filmmakers that they're willing to work with, and the type of like, I guess, attention they're seeking with their PR and like doing something like this. But I don't know. I think Sean Levy as a producer on it. It's James Wan as well, I guess. So that's exciting. But that's just like put me off for a sec there. This is just here to tell you to stay clear of this shit. The Pooniverse, Monsters Assemble. I think I watched only the first one, and then I stopped. They don't even have the Winnie the Pooh like these, because it went into public domain. They made a bunch of these, and they're making like a Pinocchio Unstrung, and I don't know. This sucks. What else we got? Megan 2.0, of course. I Want You Sex. Like, there's a couple of Sundance movies. Like, this one plays at Sundance, and we'll see how many of those we can catch. The biopic, Deliver Me From Nowhere, with Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen. Honey Don't, the kind of follow-up from Ethan Coen to Margaret Qualley in Drive Away Dolls, which I was looking forward to, and then it kind of sucked, unfortunately. The drama, Christopher Bergoli's next film, starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, Alana Haim as well. Director behind Dream Scenario and Sick of Myself. Roofman is another big one that I'm looking forward to, because I think we brought this one up a bunch on the podcast because we kept reading like the premise. It's a pretty silly one, but Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, Peter Dinklage could be a fun one. All right, but let's stop all of this. Let's do something. Well, actually, no, I do have one more thing. There's a couple of TV shows that I guess we can look forward to. A lot of these are obviously continuations, but looking at this, let's see if there's something that stands out that's interesting. Task, I don't know what this is. You haven't watched any of them. Suits, LA, they're just like banking on the TikTok popularity of that show. We got the second season of Andor, which will also be its final, leading into Rogue One. Could be pretty good. Ironheart, I guess, is coming out. The studio, we'll look at a trailer at the end of the stream. This looks like it could be something. Alien Earth, very much high on my list of what I do want to see. Definitely. The Bear, they're just cranking them out. Invincible season 2, season 3. 2 didn't really make a splash, so yeah, it's just, I don't know. The episodes are long and people are not really talking about them. So I don't know how much the hype is. I know they're also working on like a live action adaptation of this. Spider Noir, Wonder Man, Chad Powers, Glenn Powell. Okay, could look interesting. We're getting Severance quite soon. Poker Face season 2, that was a fun anthology show. Wednesday season 2, sure. Black Mirror season 7, I don't know. Squid Game season 3, yes. It's like a bit of a cliffhanger, not even like half season. They did it with the second one, so better ended. Peacemaker season 2, surprisingly fun show. I still have to catch up on Slow Horses, Marvel Zombies, and Rick and Morty. I don't care about. Yellow Jackets fell off hard in season 2. Eyes of Wakanda, sure. Percy Jackson, yeah, that was the one with the teenagers or kids or whatever. I don't know. I don't particularly care about it. The Last of Us season 2, that will be a big one. Motel Transylvania, Stranger Things season 5, One Punch Man season 3. What? That's coming out. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. White Lotus gets another season. The Chair Company, Devil May Cry animated, Dexter Resurrection. Yikes. Welcome to Derry. Also don't care about it. Visions, sure, that could be fun. Star Wars, Daredevil also couldn't be, but could be decent. Alice in Borderlands, haven't seen it. Phineas and Ferb revival. I didn't know about this, but hey, someone just shrieked and was like, "Oh my god, that's happening!" Crazy. I never watched Phineas and Ferb. But I do know the platypus. The Handmaid's Tale season 6. Wow, that's in season 6. Splinter Cell, Death Watch, the Rachel Sennett series that's still untitled. I'm very much looking forward to, and other Westeros series from the Game of Thrones universe, The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm also looking forward to, and then we'll also look at the trailer for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But yeah, there's some more TV shows that will pop up as I guess we get further in the year. But yeah, lots to watch. As always, there's going to be so much to watch, and I will fall behind inevitably on all of them. Let's actually have a quick look. What's next on my list? I did want to have a look. Yes. Okay. Next up, we are taking a look. I'm very excited for this. Some of you might have already seen this up on the channel for like the last couple of days, and I gotta say, for the type of video, the type of quality it is, guys and girls, and just everyone, we need to get that video a bit higher. It's that good. It's that good. I think it deserves it. I would also say the same if it was on Kevin's channel, but we do have a very exciting thing to look at. So there we go. 2024 in film, a movie montage. Let's make that 30 likes and let's do it. I'm very much looking forward to it. Maybe, I don't know if Kevin's around, he might hop in and give us a bit of background maybe after we watch it. I've seen it obviously a bunch of times. He showed it to me before while he was working on it. I can take no part in how it turned out, like all of the good parts, and in my opinion there's not really any bad parts. So yeah, let's do this. I'm very, very excited to look at the 221 films that appear in this movie montage. It's the best one I've seen so far for the last year, and I might be biased, but to hell with it. Let's enjoy. (2024) from Things Will Be Different. I will try and hold back on like saying what the movie is when I notice it, but I kind of can't help myself. It's told in 6 chapters. Maybe some people noticed. We can talk at the end about it, like how these chapters are like constructed and when the numbers pop up. But ooh, it's a bit of an Easter egg. April comes, she will. I'm sorry. Okay.
Watching seconds fall like grains of sand, clock ticking loudly, echoes in my brain, chasing dreams.
A crazy movie, man. I don't think anyone will like call out what this is. I don't think anyone knows what this is, but we covered it on the show.
Excitement's the key. Endless trance, lost in the rhythm of a daydream dance. Clock hands spinning like a carnival.
I love Hundreds of Beavers. Such a fun movie.
Chasing dreams on this time-worn slide.
Diddy was also great.
Boredoms and
Between the Temples, just watched this last night.
excitement's the key. In this symphony of time,
I haven't watched this documentary yet on Hayao Miyazaki.
time keeps dancing in this endless trance. Lost in the rhythm of a daydream dance.
I forget that Anyone But You was like this year. And Mean Girls too.
Time keeps dancing.
Crossing, another like underrated film. I don't know where this one's from.
Lost in the rhythm of a daydream dance.
No, he snapped it. No snap. Oh snap. Ooh, Cure. No, sorry. Chime. I keep saying Cure. I have to catch up on a bunch of like horror films. Was that the pool from... Guess content warning? Oh god. Nosferatu. Dude, the editing is so good. Mods. It's not a deep cut again. Oh, what a great edit. Dude, I love that edit. The eye opening. It's great. There were some disturbing films this year, man. Maxine. Is that Sleep?
I could play a quick song.
Yes, please break the tension.
Oh my god. On our piano?
I know Kev struggled to find like clips where people are playing the piano. So it's great that he found some. They kind of matched like seamlessly. I thought it was like still the same scene because I was like just not paying that close attention. Like, oh damn, that kind of works seamlessly. The intermission in The Brutalist. A warm embrace. Even the scariest moments can end with a sunrise. Orion and the Dark. What's this one? Oh, that's I watched this one. Billy and Molly. Blow. No Other Land. Sorry. I gotta stop myself. I'll call out every movie I see. That's Horizon, right? An American Saga. That's good one. Yeah. So I can't stop myself. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Dude, I love Memo of a Snail. Great movie. These two, not so much. No, I haven't seen Ghost Cat Onzu. The Beast. Yes, this one was... what was that one called? That one was great. And then the Challenges Hug. You gotta have the Challenges Hug. I haven't seen Nickel Boys yet. Fuel the fire!
Start your engines!
This is my favorite transition in the whole fucking montage. It's like, ladies and gentlemen. It's great. There was some great action this year as well. Of course, Venom Horse. You gotta have it in there. I forget the Bad Boys was this year. Bike Riders too. That feels like it was more than a year ago. Twisters. Ghostbusters as well. Feels like forever ago. This one's Godzilla, right? Hey, The Order gets a shot. Dude. One more shot gets in there, and then cutting to the Fall Guy. That's some great stuff. Wait.
Time!
You look ridiculous. People have waited decades for this fight. It's not gonna be easy. Maybe nice. You shoot the double, take him down. Side control. Then full mount.
Shoot the double.
And you ground and pound till he makes no sound because he's dead.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. Okay, good luck. I'm a huge fan.
Let's go.
Get your special sock out, nerds. This gonna get good.
I do have a special sock here that has a face. Whoa. Monkey Man, yes. The baby slam, man. That's the best thing about that movie. God damn it. Jesus. Riding away. All right. Breads of humanity. We serve an ideal. We cannot always be ideal. Good One is actually a really good movie. Another underrated one. What was it called again, Kev? If you're here, I forget. What was it called?
And I see that you need help, bro. But you won't ask for it. You got all of us here, man. We love you, bro. We're gonna do anything we can for you, but you refuse to extend your hand to ask for help, bro. As many brothers as you help, you're here.
Sing Sing is really good. But it was The Dead Don't Hurt was the movie we saw before with Wiki Creeps. Exhibiting Forgiveness. There's also I like that one quite a bit. The Beast again. Will and Harper also was a pretty good documentary. I love the shot in Brutalist. It's great. I still haven't seen this Slingshot. Spaceman was this year? Oh, sorry, last year?
I got 3 rules. Okay, they're my 3 rules of winning.
Okay.
Rule 1, the world is a mess.
Tell me, Donald.
Okay, the world is a mess, Tony. You have to fight back. You have to have a tough skin. Attack, attack, attack. Rule 2, what is truth, Tony? What is truth?
What is truth?
You know what's truth? What you say is truth. What I say is truth. What he says is truth. What is the truth in life? Deny everything, admit nothing. You know what's true? What I say is true. And third of all, and most important, no matter how fucked you are, you never, ever, ever admit defeat. You always claim victory.
That is still going from Donald Trump to that is obviously makes sense thematically, but it's still a jump cut. Last time at Yuma County was that, right? Ghost State, the homie. Ooh, happy end. Let's go. The time it takes. Italian. Il tempo che ci vuole. That movie is still not out yet, but we'll praise it. Kevin and I really loved that out of Venice.
Nights of our lives.
The Federa doc was also really, like, for someone who doesn't watch it. Oh, that was Love, Hot Truths, damn. You look at it, doc. Suleiman comes out just this week in Switzerland. Okay.
And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
Will do, Margaret, but damn. That's just okay. So this sort of stuff, you know, you look through the year and all you could hope for is you get a sense of like, damn, there's a ton of movies that I really liked in this, right? That I do want to see. And maybe for, you know, people who haven't seen the 221 movies in this montage, they're like, damn, I gotta go check out some movies. So if you're wondering what, for example, this one is, I don't know. Well, okay, I think he didn't time code it, so you'd still have to do some kind of working around-ins, but you can go to Kevin's list, and then it says, hey, it starts off with things will be different. April Comes She Will, like I correctly called out at the start, is a second movie that pops up, and then just you kind of can go through it, and you can see like American Star was the one with like the big boat in the back, where like he was carrying a guy. Crossing was in there. Like, there's just a ton of films on here that... Let's check how many of them I've seen. Because Kevin went all out and got a lot of these films that, you know, he wanted to get really good clips of it. And that's quite hard to do when it's still like the year itself. Like, for example, Girl with the Needle, he had one clip where where it's in black and white and one of the characters is sitting, and like that film is just not out yet, so you only have the trailer, and sometimes you really want to get like a specific moment from the film. And yeah, just like go through the list itself as well. Give it a like, of course. There we go. I haven't liked it yet. And yeah, just appreciate the year that it was. I think it was a pretty good year, and I think we can say that about most years in film, there's always like stuff that you can find. And if you look through, like, for example, the action section, right? This is the one where I've seen Shadow Strays. I still haven't seen Eye for an Eye 2, and he's urging me to go watch that. Kevin is like furious that I still haven't seen those two films, but like I haven't seen like a Blade of Fury, Take Cover, Uprising, like all of these niche horror films. Niche action films. Yeah. Again, as always, there's a ton that you can catch up on, and I hope we do the best to show you what's out there and what you can go see. But I think the last thing that we're gonna do today is take a look at Letterboxd. Maybe we'll look at some trailers as well, but we're gonna look at Letterboxd, and I do have my 2024 year right over here. So it was a busy year for me, but I think I did. Let's actually kick it back with the Bellatra music, because I do love that shit. I won't switch it up, I'm sorry. Leave your suggestions for the music, I guess, in the comments or in the live chat, but dude, that game is just so much fun. But I watched 616 films, or 616 diary entries. Wrote not that much to a lot of them. I think I locked way more movies this year than I've done in previous years, because I didn't feel like I always have something to add to it. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll do that a bit more this year. I'll try and post a bit more of my thoughts immediately after I've seen something, because it kind of gets lost in the shuffle if I don't. Made 23 lists. I don't like a ton of stuff, don't comment on a lot of stuff, but I watched a fair amount, spent a fair amount of time watching movies. And this is not my final list yet. I'm still working on this. This is not my final. For example, Hundreds of Weavers moves way up. And I kind of really want to rewatch Dune. Maybe not Dune, but especially Challenges. I do want to give another try. See if Hitman still ranks and Alien Romulus, but I don't know if I still have the time. So we'll see where all of these end up. And there's a bunch that aren't in here yet that deserve to be quite high. But if you look by week, you can definitely see that I did have a bit of a fall off when it comes to watching stuff towards the end of the year. Started the year off strong, had a big peak in the weeks of in the lead up and in Cannes over the summer. It wasn't too bad. Had a couple of like weeks where it was like less than a movie a day, but almost a movie a day. And then obviously in August we had the week of the 2 weeks, so 10 days in Venice, where we watched a bunch. In October I attended the Zurich Film Festival, watched a bunch there. And even at the end of, I don't know why I watched so much that month. What did I watch then? Edge of Summer. I guess I just caught up with stuff. And still had some screeners as well. But then towards the end of the year, really, I don't know, I was in a slump. I didn't feel like watching stuff. Like, I think one film a week. I don't know when the last time was where I watched only one film in a week. And I do want to watch more this year, although I did already have like 616. It's not like I watched not that much. But yeah, made some lists too, of course. What else is there? About 12 per week is not too bad, I think, as an average. And obviously on Mondays when we release the podcast, it's usually the time where I watch the least amount of movies. And then in the lead up to the podcast recordings, which are on Friday, I watched the most. Kind of makes sense. I had some diary milestones that I didn't really curate, but then for the last couple, I think I forgot about this. But my first film of the year was The Abyss, and my last one was Serpent's Path. The idea was that I watched the 2024 version and then the 1998 version. Ended up watching Hundreds of Beavers as my first film of this year. But this is atrocious. Why do I have The Underdogs, a shitty Snoop Dogg film, as my 50th film of the year? We do have to do better this year. Imaginary as well, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I also didn't love. Wild Diamond, one of the weaker films out of Gun. But I watched this one with Carlson Runquist, so that's a memory I guess I got there. Suleiman's Story, I ended up interviewing Boris Loikin. The interview comes out next week. A really good movie that you should put on your radar. Bad in Nature, I think that one was also quite interesting, more interesting than effective. I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time. I don't know why I watched this. Is it? I don't know why. And then National Theatre Live premiere fast here. Kevin recommended this to me when he was like on a binge to watch a bunch of like National Theatre recordings, and this one's incredible. And then I do have another one at 550, but I guess I just like deleted it, and I get The Bridges of Madison County today, to my favorite Clint Eastwood film. And I don't really rewatch a ton of stuff. Even for the podcast, I don't even log it as a rewatch when I simply, you know, click through the film. I almost watch the movie sometimes again, but I do skip through some scenes to get my notes done. So the only ones that like I got to see Dune Part 2 on my second time around outside of a press screening. I went to like an IMAX screen. And that was a ton of fun because it was like a full theater, and yeah, that was a ton of fun to go and see. And then Horizon, an American Saga, I rewatched because we are one of the, I guess, few people who got to see Chapter 2 already. So 54K watched the first one, but if you go look at Chapter 2, which was a large improvement over the first one, there's less than 350 people who've seen it. We are among them. We were at the world premiere where Kevin Costner also attended. There's a couple of videos, I think, on our socials with that, but we enjoyed it quite a bit, and I do hope it comes out. It was supposed to come out, you know, last year, late last year. And I don't know what the plan is. We're working on a whole like series for Westerns because we're catching up on its history. But we're doing much more than that. Like, if you don't care about Westerns at all, we're also doing like a retrospective on Steven Soderbergh that's starting soon with the release of Presents. And we kind of have that stuff planned out throughout the year, like similar to what we did with Robert Eggers. Nora, of course, I watched twice, and this I got to see a screening in Zurich where the producers were there, and I got invited from like Out Now, a Swiss outlet, and we got to see it for free. And then, yeah, I do have my festival lists from Zurich. Then the one from Venice. I think Broken Rage is still the best one. Happy End was also in the montage. Love wasn't in the montage, but Kevin told me he's not putting Love in, which I ironically loved. But the director also made Sex. Oh, yeah, I said Love, but Sex is what that one was called. That was the clip that he showed, I think, also on the roof here. A really, really good movie. And yeah, this, I think, premiered at the Berlinale, and I might be going to the Berlinale, so maybe you can expect some coverage out of there. But Venice was a bit underwhelming this year, I gotta say. I think Gunn was way more solid when you got like Emilia Perez and Nora, The Substance, all coming out and like bursting into the Oscar race. And the only one that we got from Venice is basically the... Where do I have the Brutalist? It should be... Wait, where do I have to... Shit, where do I have the Brutalist? Ah, there it is. It's a bit low. I will be rewatching it in a week's time. I didn't love it. I thought it was really good, but I think I'll enjoy it more the second time around. Yeah, I also watched all of the Godzilla and King Kong movies, like the new ones, like the American ones. That's why it says US before you freak out. But at some point, I do want to get back to like the earlier Godzilla films. We watched all of Alex Garland. There's a bracket that we did. I watched all of the Planet of the Apes movies. There's also a video about like us watching, or I guess me watching all of them. We did a retrospective for Furiosa coming out by talking about all of the previous Mad Max movies, and then also obviously attended Cannes and was very productive there, watching 71. Okay, Venice was a bit more, and then in Zurich it doesn't really count because it, like, you know, I got a bunch of films that I get to see from Sundance and throughout the year, like some other stuff that kind of comes in through Venice and Cannes. So it's like my list is already, from what I actually watched there, is like way lower. And then I think we also, we did a Delis Winnenweve ranking, or I think that was the last time we did a bracket. We do have an unreleased video where we go over all of the Studio Ghibli movies, and I don't know when I'll get around to posting that because it's not edited yet, but we did shoot that, but I think it was like in summer or something like that. It was so long ago. But this is also like sometimes quite interesting to see, because obviously I'm very English focused when I watch stuff. Even though I'm Swiss, I don't watch a ton of like movies in German or in Swiss German. My biggest genre being drama is no surprise. Thrillers are high, action is high, romance, animation obviously is just by the nature of. I mean, it's crazy that I've seen 58 animated movies. There's like this amount of animation out there, but obviously that's also including like rewatches and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, these are basically all the genres. And then US, UK, France, Italy, that's just like us going, or me going to Cannes, us going to Venice. It's a bit of that. And then Canada, Japan. Yeah, no big surprises here. But yeah, when it comes to highest rated, I'm a weeb, man. And for some reason I got Western, the highest rated. Oh my god. Kevin's gonna be happy about that. Look at that. My highest rated genre is Westerns. And I watched some pretty good ones, I guess. And overall averages out to be yes, I guess that's my favorite genre. So who's a true Western lover now, Kevin? War films, drama, documentary. It was a really good year for documentaries. Black Box Diaries, Daughters, Will and Harper, No Other Land. There were some really strong ones. Polish film, Japanese. Okay, it's interesting. I do love Norway. I didn't think of Poland to be like the year where I love stuff. Even they like with them having Under the Volcano, which was shit. I guess the Real Pain is that. Go of the Needle. I guess it's more Norwegian, but I guess it's a Polish co-production, and of course the Zone of Interest. So I don't know. There's like, is the setting actually in Poland, or is it just like co-produced? That's the issue with like the logos. When you go to like a festival movie, there's just like 3 minutes of like logos and different countries that like fund your film. And then yeah, highest rated Australia, Sweden. No US in sight, but I guess it's just because you do end up watching maybe 1 or 2 really good festival movies from a country, and maybe they're like adjacent to another one, and you end up getting it all the way up there. Japanese, Danish, Cantonese, Farsi, Norwegian, no spoken language, French, English, German, and Chinese. I'm wondering like how much more is there? Like, is Chinese my lowest rated one? But it's obviously not, because like, for example, there's no Portuguese on here, right, for Brazil, or like Brazilian. I don't know if they differentiate. But yeah, that's interesting. The nano genres I don't think are like too interesting. They're trying something out with Letterboxd. I don't know how much it works. And then I didn't add a ton of movies to my watch list, I guess, and I watched a whole bunch of them, which I guess I mainly put on the stuff that I'm about to watch throughout the year. But I did watch a few more older films than I planned to. I think this year I do want to get that to about the same, 2/3 new, and yeah, I think that's maybe 60-40 would be good, but we'll see. And then yeah, I don't rewatch a ton of stuff. And yeah, most of them were not reviewed, and as you can see, I do love my scale, because it kind of I don't intentionally do that or like want to balance it out. It just kind of works out that way, and I do like that it does look so smooth. Most watched, let's check out highest rated. Okay, that's most watched. Nicholas Hoult, I have a bunch. Nicole Kidman, Karen Shipka, Lucy Liu. Of course, he always has the most credit, so like by default Samuel L. Jackson kind of has to pop up there. But J.K. Simmons being this high is surprising. What? I watched Red One, okay. I watched Juror Number 2, yeah, sure. I watched him whip his dick out in Saturday Night, figuratively in Whiplash again. The Union, he was in that, okay. La La Land, yeah. Kung Fu Panda, okay. No, no, okay. That didn't register, but I guess I've seen a bunch of his movies. Let's check with these others. Yes, of course, I rewatched The Lion King. The Lion King is all I gotta say to that. But I guess Seth Rogen is in that, and then I watched the Kung Fu Panda films. Okay, that will bump you up. With Michael Shannon, The End, yeah. Mud Midnight Special. I just watched a bunch of I guess Jeff Nichols films, and he's kind of just like in all of them. So that was doing that, I guess. And then Winona Ryder, yeah, I did catch up on the this is not an interesting thing, but I think it's on the like overall. I'd have to go to, hold up, because I don't know how much more interesting stuff there is on my 2024 list, but you can go here, see here, blah 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 blah. You completed lists, and I think I do have the one that is, where is it? Is it like the, so I've already completed this, but isn't there like one for the most fans? I think I tried to complete the one that has like most fans. Ah, there it is. And that's why like in the middle of the year I ended up watching a bunch of these, and I have 16 more to go. And obviously a bunch of these, like Twin Peaks takes away more. Amadeus is just really long, but this takes me watching the whole series. This also takes the whole series with Ava. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all the interesting stuff. Willem Dafoe, of course, watching a bunch of Robert Eggers movies, gets in there really quickly, and now we're on a blank page. But yeah, I think I'm calling it for today. Thanks for hopping on again. Definitely leave your feedback for this, I guess, in the comments if you're watching this on the VOD. And I'll be back at the same time next week. We'll schedule another stream. Hopefully I'll get all of the technical things smoothed out, but I think it wasn't too bad. And we might have a guest on next week. We'll see, and we'll just kind of keep this going. And I was planning to maybe watch some trailers, but I think this week we don't really have something overly exciting. So yeah, I don't think we'll be needing to look at like I don't know, some movies that I don't know if we care about them too much. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I will be playing some games on, not on this channel, but on our gaming channel, but also if you're watching on Twitch. For those of you I see you watching on Twitch, you will find the gaming stream on there as well. We'll be playing hopefully on Tuesdays when I can find the time. I do want to play some games, and it will just be like really chill, not too much going on, but hey, maybe at some point we'll also do like a quiet on set, like all of us play a game or something, if people are down for that. But thanks so much for watching. I still cannot believe, I gotta stop the music for that. I still cannot believe that Emilia Perez ended up winning a Golden Globe. That is just crazy to me. But let me know your thoughts about like the Globes as well in the comments, and check out the podcast. New podcast episode is out right now about Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and Nosferatu. And I'll see you soon.